You know, I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm saying a lot of people that have to work 3 jobs, they really don't want to, but they might have to. You know what I'm saying? But you also have to have the experience to get some of the jobs that they're talking about. And then when they're talking about giving you free college, free this, free that, that shit has to be paid from somewhere. And I'm telling you right now, if you get free college, look at some of these public schools. We don't pay to go to fucking K through 12, but if we did, it might be a better school. I'm not saying private school is better, but what I am saying, though, is some of these colleges that you pay to go to, the education you get ain't worth shit. Your degree ain't worth shit. You're still flipping burgers. You're still washing cars. You're still doing manual labor with these other motherfuckers that didn't go to college. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they're talking about. Is they like, a lot of people, like, that's what they're trying to say is, like, those people's degrees need to mean more. Well, if you went to fucking school for French literature and there's no jobs open in that, I don't know what to fucking tell you. But you should have picked a fucking better trade, a better fucking course, something that made money. You know what I'm saying? And then they do these they do these show of hand questions to see how many people vote for this, that, the other. That's what they do. It's not uncommon. They did it in the first one. They did it. They've done it in all of them to see where people stand. And this one was about healthcare. How many of these people would abolish private insurance? Only 2 raised their hands. Harris and Sanders. Only 2. Now, see, we're gonna move on from the healthcare thing because, like I said, you gotta watch it. If you gotta watch the debate to really hear all their points. There's no way I don't think anybody could. I mean, I'm sure people have wrote it down or go back and watch it 500 times. This, that, the other. I'm not that guy. But I mean, like a quick little rundown. Gillibrand, she wants to buying option, but she supports medical for all. Eventually wants universal health care. Buttigieg supports medical for all, but wants single payer private sector. Biden wants to, he's an architect of Obamacare, just wants to fix it, a failing fucking Obamacare that he wants to fix again, I guess. It's just like the healthcare thing, they all believe in the same thing. They all want to be able to have Medicare for all. Now, they might not all want to abolish the private sector, but they necessarily don't want that bitch being heavily used either. Let's not lie. They want that government money. You know what I'm saying? They want the government to be in control, so the government gets to say, you know what I'm saying? Shit. There's a lot. I mean, there's so much. Like the universal healthcare thing, that had to went on for at least 35 minutes. These guys are just fighting back and forth, fighting back and forth, fighting back and forth. You hear that shit? That's what I deal with out here, you know what I'm saying? I be in the cuts, in the trenches, with authenticity. Showing y'all, man, that I'm out here, I don't give a fuck who hears me talking, spitting the fucking facts, spitting the fucking truths. It is what it is. You already know what it is. Another show of hands question was, raise your hand if your medical proposal will cover undocumented immigrants. All 10 of them said yes. All of them. Now, again, I'm not against immigration. I'm not. But the fact that they're all willing to pay for undocumented immigrants to have health care is fucked up. The fact that the taxpayers have to pay for fucking illegal immigrants to have health care, that's fucked up. I don't believe the taxpayers want to pay for that. Now, they all have the misconception that we do. Every one of those Democrats, I guarantee you, believes that the American people want to back whatever dumbass plan they have. And I'm not saying some of you don't want to back it, but they're dumb-ass plans. If you give illegal immigrants free health care, we will have everybody and their mama coming to the United States to get whatever they need done. We will be so backed up. It will be the worst shit show ever. I'm not shitting you. I don't know where these moderators come up with these questions, but they're not fucking kidding you. That's literally, like Buttigieg, he says it's not a handout or a favor. The fuck it isn't. If we go to those countries, I guarantee you we're getting a bill. Probably a fat fucking bill, too. Don't even try to say we're not, because I guarantee you the fuck we are. Shit, just like I said, that shit was insane. It was a lot of it. I mean, the border crisis, they blame Trump for that, even though they blame Trump and his administration, even though for 2.5 years they pursued Russian collusion like no one else's fucking business. It came up that there was no collusion. None. And now that they want to fucking worry about the border, but they didn't worry about the border for 2 years. For almost 3 years, they didn't give a damn about the border. And a lot of those pictures you see, were taken in the Obama and fucking Biden administration during his era, during Obama's era, during Biden's era. And they're talking about putting kids in cages. Are you kidding me? Do we talk about putting prisoners in cages? It's a 6x6. It's the same fucking cell. You can't pick one and not show a light on the other. I'm sorry, but I'm kind of tired of it. You're going to talk about putting kids in cages. Some of these parents are literally human trafficking their fucking children across the border, and they think that shit's okay. It's not. You're using your child to let other people get across the border illegally to claim asylum. And I'm not talking just fucking Hispanics. I'm talking that there's Africans, Syrians, there's every race known to man coming up through that asshole of fucking Central America. Not that it's a bad thing. I fucking do not care at all. Just do it the right way. There is not another country out there that has open borders that you can just waltz the fuck on in and do whatever you want. Does not work that way. And another question that they had: would any of you decriminalize crossing the criminal or civil violations? All of them said that they would literally make it a fucking civil violation, not a criminal violation, in their own one way or another. So it would become the state that has to deal with it. So it would become a fine problem. If they're not willing to go to jail, do you think they're going to pay a fine? The fuck? There's Americans that ain't going to pay you a fucking fine that would rather go sit in jail or duck out on jail just to pay the fine. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you're not even worried about Americans. This is literally, half these questions were not even based on fucking Americans. They were based on people that don't live in America. Shit's wild. It was fucking wild. And then Buttigieg, he didn't start up a fucking hornet's nest, guaranteed with some Christians, because he believes that Christians believe that Jesus and God would be smiling upon the things that are happening on the border. I do not believe that, and I'm a Christian. I don't believe other Christians believe that either. It's fucking sad that dad and that daughter died. That is sad. Do I think he should have took that swim across the river? No, I don't. I wouldn't have taken it with my child. I do not believe that was a safe idea. Even to risk it would be stupid. It just would be. Like Tim Pool said. Go on, you can watch him on Timcast, like Tim Pool said. The fact that so many of these people are coming up through Central America from the very bottom all the way to the top, you're going through how many countries that you could ask for asylum, but you choose not to? Because you somehow think you're going to make it all the way to the United States and make it in. And you end up in a detention center for however long till they get to you. 142,000 immigrants showed up at the border in May. That is the most in I don't know how many years, but it's the most in a long time. We do not have places to house them. We have a homeless population of tent cities all over the United States, with our citizens literally dying in tents because of overdoses. I'm not saying that they wouldn't die in an apartment because of an overdose, but at least it's their fucking apartment, not on the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? That's the fucked up part. Not to mention, look at California's homeless problem. They got fucking medieval diseases growing inside of there. Tuberculosis, the Black Plague. Are you fucking kidding me? These things were eradicated. But because they're homeless, sitting in feces and shit, basically. I'm not talking just shit as in like feces, but I'm talking like shit and dirt, grime, filth, everything. You guys are just, and the fact that it's just supposed to, we're all supposed to be okay. That's like when Bernie says, Americans would be delighted. That dude is smoking some crack. He's smoking fucking crack. So honestly, ain't no American delighted to pay for anything extra than that they don't have to. They don't want you taking more money out of their fucking wallets. We want to keep our money in our wallets. Are you fucking insane? You're fucking stupid. Then they were asked, would they deport somebody if they had if their only crime was being here undocumented. And everyone said no, that they wouldn't. But it's a crime, though. And Kamala Harris stood out because she pressed the fucking bar on people in California when she was fucking AG. She went in on everybody that was fucking... she locked up everybody from serious crimes to petty crimes. It was bad. And mind you, I will give you some fucking stats under Kamala Harris at the end of this. I got stats. I got fucking proof. I brought the proof with the fucking pudding. You can look it up. It's facts. Facts. Now, Buttigieg, there was a shooting in South Bend where a black teenager was killed by a white cop. And the white cop had his body camera off. His, whatever it's called, body cam. Whatever. He didn't have it turned on. He said there was a scuffle. He shot the young man. This, that, the other thing. And Buttigieg hasn't done anything really about it at this moment. He's on administrative leave, but he's still being paid. You know what I'm saying? So, that being said, he went out in front of a crowd, and he was talking, and the citizens went the fuck off on him. Because he's stupid. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's sitting there looking at his piece of paper like an idiot. But he's going to sit here and scream at the top of his lungs that he's going to be so helpful as a president. And mind you, he's not screaming, but he's fucking, you know what I'm saying. He's trying to get his point across. Trying to remain in that 1%. He's a fucking chump. These are his stats. He said in the community in his community there's 6% black, there's a 6% black police force, but 26% black people in his community. But he blames the justice system for being racist as to why he doesn't have more black cops. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Not that the system's not racist, but what he's saying is bullshit. He doesn't have an answer, so let's just blame the system. And then Swalwell went in on Buttigieg for that shooting and said, well, why won't you say you're going to ban these guns then? Because it all was the gun topic. They're all going to come up. They're all going to somehow fix gun reform and fuck the NRA, and we're going to get rid of assault weapons. They're insane. Eric Swalwell thinks he's going to be able to buy back every assault weapon ever fucking purchased in the United States. No, you're not. These people aren't going to be giving up their guns because you want them to. We are allowed the same weapons the military is able to use. Why? To overthrow a tyrannical government. That is what the Second Amendment means. I'm not saying you need a bazooka, but you should have the right to own one. You don't need it, but you should have the right to own one. As far as Eric Swalwell is concerned, we can have our pistols, our hunting rifles, and our shotguns. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't limiting shit. That's why all these guys, all these plans, all their stuff, they're insane. Like, they're coming up with all these random ideas, all these new plans, this, that, the other, but not one of them has an actual way to help fix or better parts of the country. And then now Williams, she is an author. Williamson, she's an author. I can't remember her first name, but she's nuts. Some of the tweets about her, man, about smoking weed in her auntie's basement, all kinds of crazy shit. She was nuttier than hell. We're gonna definitely get her at the end. She's definitely one of the people you might want to watch because she was funny nonetheless. She was extremely funny during the fucking course of that debate. When she popped in to say something, she popped in to say something. It was hilarious. Like I said, a lot of them just kind of took pop shots back and forth. Harrison actually went in at Biden and said that she doesn't believe that Biden is actually racist, but she believed that Biden opposed forced busing. Now I have to look into that. I should have looked into it, but I didn't. I believe it has to do with people segregation of buses. That he believed that she's trying to say that he believed that he proposed and signed that they had to be segregated buses. Now he swears up and down that he did not, and he opposed that all the way through. That's literally his statement. Wild, I know, but it is what it is. And Biden, I mean, he's old. He's old Joe, and he looks like he was struggling to argue with some of that shit. But I mean, and then like it went to Bernie, and Bernie believes that the Republicans don't believe in diversity, and that, and like it. just so much shit that he's so wrong about, and they're so wrong about. And then, like Gillibrand, for a good example, a good opinion, she just kept bringing up fucking corruption in the White House in D.C. for 30 fucking minutes.